Akwaba, welcome back to my channel. My name is AC Kokui, and this is What's the Wahala AC, where we discuss the entertainment wahala. So we're going to try a different way of just discussing the issues. It's not going to be as structured as it was with the big three, our weekly wrap up, and all the other stuff that come along with it. I just truly want to talk to some of the big issues that are in the media right now and give my opinion to it. And then also I will always end my show with some positivity and some advice, and so that's kind of the way I'm gonna do this show. Let me know how you feel, if you like the old version. I'm still trying to figure out what the best way is to do this, but like, I don't want to stop talking about entertainment news, because that is truly why I started YouTube, to build up my portfolio, to give y'all my opinion, to show that there are different ways to look at a situation, not as head on as it comes to us, to kind of think of the backstory to it, to put other people's feelings into the mix, because media is so it's so unemotional. We're not thinking about all the other things that people got going on, and so this is my platform to do so. If you like this way of me doing and talking about the entertainment news, please let me know. If you like the old way, please let me know as well. Alright y'all, let's get into, I guess not our big three. Oh man, I'm gonna miss my, this is a big three. I need a big speech. I'm gonna miss it, but let's just get into it. Let's get into some things, as Nikki would say. So first up is BurnaBoy. BurnaBoy was talking about Afrobeats. Now, I always said I do want Africans to get the platforms to discuss the issues that they want to discuss. I think that it is important that we showcase Afrobeats and African artists, because they definitely influence the music of today as well. And it's popping, and it is gaining more traction out here. So we might as well, you know, give them shine as well over here. But with that comes some of the African ideals and the things that we deal with over there coming over here and not translating as well. And what I mean by that is a lot of what BurnaBoy has been saying hasn't been translating well. And if you haven't seen his recent interview that he did, he was talking about Afrobeats and how it kind of has no substance, no essence. It's all about vibes and fun, but it's nothing deep. Let's play the clip.
Not even experience, because half of them, 90% of them have almost no real life experiences that they can understand, which is why you hear most of Nigerian music, or I'll say African music, I don't even know what to say, Afrobeats, as people call it. It's mostly about nothing. Literally nothing. There's no substance to it. Like nobody's talking about anything. It's just a great time. It's an amazing time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, life is not an amazing time. Do you know what I mean? No matter how nice you want of a time you're having now, or you had at some point, or you plan to have, you're still going to face life.
Yeah, and if I'm lying.
Exactly. So it's like, for me, I feel like music should be that. Music should be.
So, as he said, you know, it doesn't have much substance. Life is not just about fun and good vibes. Like, it's about some hard stuff. And so that's kind of what he feels like Afrobeats should be about. And I feel that. I totally hear him. It is his opinion, though. It is truly his opinion, because not everybody feels that way. Not everybody wants to listen to music that's gonna make you feel bad or make you think too hard about the issues going on in life. And I think that Afrobeats music is great for that. It's great for upliftment. It's great for feeling good. Africans are great at not always looking at the bad things that are going on around them and focusing on the positive. you know, focusing on their spirituality, the good side to things, and good things on the way. So their music is a reflection of that attitude. I think the biggest problem is when Africans or people like BurnaBoy get on these American platforms and they kind of shit on what made them popular and get them here. I know his genre is like Afro pop, Afro beats, kind of R&B, dance hall, and reggae. I understand that his is a mix of all these things. So he, like I said, it's his opinion. He can talk to that. But when you get on these platforms and you're basically talking down to a genre that is making your music popular, and not just your music popular, but other people that are coming up in this industry and in this genre, over there and over here, it just doesn't look right to the people that are watching. People are so impressionable. So you saying this is what they're gonna go ahead and tell other people. Oh yeah, Afrobeats is nothing of substance. It's just, you know, a good time. We're at a party. We're just gonna put it on. But no, it's something that you should support. It's something that is good. That is that people definitely put a lot of time, energy, and sweats into this genre, as well as maybe an R&B song talking about pain, or whatever, or a rap song talking about the life that they've been through. Like, it is a preference, and I think that he is putting what his preference is, and that's fine. He can have a preference, but he's putting what his preference is on other people, and that's just like how it should be, you know, like this is how Afrobeat should be, or this is how it's not. And so yeah, it's not real life, and it is real life, you know. It's just not the life that you want to always be around, and that is totally fine. But don't yuck other people's yums, honestly. That's the basic way of saying it. But don't yuck what other people find to be great. Don't yuck something that is right in itself, that is good vibes, that is positive, that is good. Like, people want to be around that. People want to listen to that. That's just not what you like. Just don't yuck their yum. And I think it's a problem because sometimes Africans, and this is the things that are hard when we are these are the things that are hard when we are bringing African culture into American culture. Those things that we kind of keep quiet get shown. So the leaving your culture and embracing the American culture is definitely a problem that I would say happens in our culture, where we get to a place of status and then we kind of forget where we came from, you know? And I'm not saying that that's exactly what he's doing. BurnaBoy is very proud about his culture. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just saying that sometimes the thoughts and the things that we say perpetuate those stereotypes, perpetuate that type of conversation, perpetuate that type of way of life that I don't, you know, that is so against what Africans should do. We should always cling to our culture. We should always showcase our culture, no matter how high that we go. And so I just wish that, you know, he talked a little bit more about the beauty of it. The beauty of it, and how he takes the genre and makes it kind of how he wants it to be, you know? Moving on, Chrisean and Blueface. You know, I have not been reporting on these two because it's just been a lot. It's been a lot to follow. I was trying my best to ignore it as much as I could. And then it just got to a point where I was like, okay, kind of what's going on. It was mostly when Chrisean and Blueface broke up and she was pregnant and she had the baby by herself. I kind of started following, okay, what was going on. But if you guys don't know, let me give you a quick overview. Blueface and Chrisean have been dating off and on for, I guess, a couple years now, since she was on his like Bad Girls Club show. And she recently got pregnant on the time that they were on the outs, and so she had the baby by herself. She was surrounded by her family, her mom, her sisters, the people that she loved, all around her, and named the baby Chrisbrown to just like commemorate, like, yeah, I can also have a junior because I am doing this by myself. But now I guess they're okay. I guess they've mended what's gone wrong. She says they're not together still, but they are cordial, and he is not a deadbeat father. So she is thinking of changing his name to Blueface's, to his real name, not to Blueface, so that he can have a junior, because he does not have a junior. Also, his other mother of his child, Jaden, she is now upset that Chrisbrown and him have made up. Mind you, she was going in on Chrisbrown before, when her and Blueface were okay, and just talking all this mess, saying that they're gonna take the baby, saying that they're gonna change the name, all this stuff, you know. But now she's upset that they're okay, and now he's a narcissist and all these words that she's calling him. So basically all of this is a mess. But it is, I mean, it's life. A lot of these things happen to people of today. I just would hope that, you know, we don't get ourselves in these situations, but it does happen. She is not the first person that this has happened to. Chrisbrown is not the first person that this has happened to. I know a lot of people go back and forth with rooting for Chrisbrown and not, especially like when she was doing the whole thing by herself. Everyone was rooting for her. She looked like she totally got away from Blueface. But I did know that she was gonna fold again soon. I didn't think this soon, but I knew that it was going to happen. She has some type of soul tie with this man that she cannot let go. And I know that I know she's not the only person to have gone through this, where you can't leave a man alone or leave a person alone that has treated you wrong, because you see the potential, you see the potential, you see what could happen, you see that, like, if y'all just got this together, it would be great, right? So I know she's not the only one, but I feel like a lot of people shame her and get on her like she's crazy. And this situation has a lot of abuse in it. Let's just be honest. It has a lot of abuse going on in the midst of all of this. It takes people on average 7 times to leave, to fully leave. 7 times. To leave and then come back, to leave and then come back, and leave and come back 7 times to fully finally leave. I don't know what number she's on, and it doesn't always happen on the average. That's just the average. One day she will understand, and I think she's getting it. She's trying so hard to get it. She is trying to go to church and understand herself and all these things. She has a good foundation. It's just really hard when there are cracks in it, when there is abuse and soul ties and all of that stuff that connect you to this person that you are trying to be better, but it's hard. And I hope that she really does stick to, we're just trying to be cordial for the baby, and we are happy, we're not together, and that's okay. I hope she sticks to that. She sticks with her faith. She, you know, tries to find other people, and hopefully that'll break the soul tie and she can be in a better situation. I hope the next person is a better person for her. She could just repeat the cycle, but I do hope and pray for her. I hope and pray that she makes it through this and that she just has a beautiful bond with her child. I think that's where we have to go with this situation, because we're not going to understand. We're not understanding the type of emotional connection she has to him, but we're just judging. We're just judging. And that's not okay, because you expect you expect some grace when it comes to your situation where you keep going back to a person. So I think in this, we just don't understand, and we have to leave it at we don't understand, but we are gonna hope, and we're gonna hope for the best for her, even when it looks like it's not there and it's not clicking. We just gotta keep hoping for the best for her, because it takes a while. It's going to take a couple of times for her to truly get it. Moving on to Jeannie, Mai, and Jeezy. So, my girl, Jeannie Mai. Yes, I love Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai and young Jeezy are getting a divorce. They, at the moment, are getting a divorce. Yes, I know Jeannie's made comments in the past about the dark meat. No one's ever gonna let her live that down. She said something about having her dark meat on the side or whatever. And so, yes, people aren't gonna let her live that down. But I do think that maybe she didn't realize, I don't know, I'm not making excuses for her. I don't know what she truly meant in that, but I don't think that she meant harm. And I think that she realized the extent to what she was saying, and that it just wasn't right, you know. But after that, like, her and Jeezy were able to form something beautiful. We all saw it on social media. We all saw the, well, I don't know if we all did, but I watched her YouTube, so we saw the coming together of the families. We saw her understanding things about herself, her trauma, and just all the beautiful things that came out this relationship, where she felt so safe to have a child with this man, because she didn't feel safe in her prior relationship. It birthed something beautiful. It birthed the baby. It birthed a beautiful relationship, at least from what we could see. What I also don't like about this situation is that people are pulling receipts of things that she has said on the past on the show, or in interviews, just about her anger, about how she lacks a little bit of compassion, and all of these things. I do think that, at least with the compassion thing, I think that was when she was with her ex-husband. I don't think that she was lacking compassion when it came to Jeezy. I mean, that definitely could have still come out, but I don't think it was the same, because that relationship is where she didn't feel safe to even be herself, to be her true loving self. So I feel like she was able to give that compassion that she was lacking in the last relationship in this one. But what I don't like is now they're taking all these receipts and they're using it to, like, shame her and, like, just say all these crazy things about her because Jeezy was the one that filed for divorce. I'm just wishing them the best in this. I hope that they can possibly work it out if that's what they truly desire. But I think, again, we don't know what happened. And so we're casting all our judgments. We're blaming the woman for this. We don't know. Also, it takes two to tango. It takes two to ruin a relationship. We're just blaming the woman in this situation when Jeezy could have also added to some things as well. It doesn't really matter sometimes who files for divorce, as we're seeing in the Joe Jonas and the Sophia divorce that is happening. Moving on to our last story is Chris Brown versus Tinashe. I'm sure you've kind of heard what's been going on, but let's watch this interview first.
And especially when it comes to singles, like, for example, that song with Chris, that was a song that I put, you know, a lot of, like, we all wanted it to be like this big moment, this big single. So I feel like in their mind, they were like, you need this support. And he was like their biggest artist that they had on rhythmic radio at the time. And to me, I was like, well, this is a pop song, so I really don't feel like we should put Chris on it. Like, that, I don't, like, that doesn't compute to me. But I don't know.
Your computation was 100% correct.
I don't know. Thanks.
So, as you can see, Tinashe was talking about how she had worked with R. Kelly and Chris Brown, how she regretted working with R. Kelly, and just like she was so young, her label made her do this, And then when she got to Chris Brown, yes, she was talking about how she regretted working with R. Kelly, but she wasn't really in the same space of like talking about regretting. She regrets listening to her label because that's just not what she felt was right for that song at the time. Maybe she felt he was right for another song, but for that one, she was not feeling that. And that's okay to voice your concern and say that I didn't want him for this song because he was doing a lot of R&B at the time. And I felt he didn't need to be on my song, on my pop song. That is okay to say. And then the headline that started all of this was that Tinashe regrets doing a song with R. Kelly and Chris Brown. That's what the headline was. And I think that's the headline that Chris Brown was responding to and other people were responding to. And then he went and tweeted, name 5 Tinashe songs or die. And then he said, everybody dead. That was a petty response to a headline. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't watch the interview. Maybe now he's seen it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't watch the interview before. And I would just say that as someone in the entertainment industry as well, you know that people write headlines all the time that aren't the true story until you read it or until you watch the video that yeah, she wasn't saying what the headline actually said. Even if she did say that, I don't think it was that big of a deal. If you didn't care to work with Tinashe and you can't name 5 songs, and it shouldn't bother you that if she said what she said. But the thing is, she didn't say what the headline said, and now we're upset. How do y'all feel about all these stories? Please let me know down in the comments what your opinions are about all of these things. These are just my opinions. It's just how I'm feeling at the moment. And I also want to say it's at the moment. My opinion changes all the time too. You know, sometimes I'll say this about a person and I will feel this strongly, but then my opinion could change. I don't want people to ever take what I say. I want y'all to take this clip of me saying what I'm saying right now. I don't want y'all to take what I'm saying and always just make it like this is AC's fact. No, this is my opinion and I'm a person, and today is what? September 20th, 2023. I may have a different opinion next week. I may have a different opinion October 31st. You know? So this is just my opinion of how I'm feeling right now. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching. As you guys know, I love to end my show with some positivity and some great vibes and advice. Today's advice is don't seek vengeance against your enemies. You know why? Because it comes back to you. Okay? There is a lot of people in this life that are going to do you wrong. Do you dirty. You know? Putting that energy that they put onto you is not going to help the situation. It's just hate with hate. And it's not going to bring anything good back to you. The universe is listening. God is listening, and it all comes back to you. You put bad vibes out there, you're going to get that back. You don't want anyone's bad energy to stick and cling onto you. So don't put that out there. I always say I strongly dislike someone or strongly dislike something. I've said hate before. I'm not going to say I've never said it, but I try my hardest not to say hate. Because that comes back to me. And I don't want hate to be around me at all. So I always say strongly dislike. And so just make sure that you are not, and I know it's hard, easier said than done, to not lash out, to not do the things that you feel like is right or that would make you feel better. But it's just it would make you feel more better not to do it, because all the good things are going to come towards you and all the bad things may go towards them. We're not wishing it on them either, because that also could come towards you. Just let life play out how life is going to play out, because it will play out how it's supposed to play out. Alright, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked this episode. I hope people watch. I hope you spread it, share this video, comment down below, like it, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.